Hello guys, I'm going to be doing biochemistry part 2 today, bear with me. It should not take very long. It is just like, I don't know how you have seen those cook shows. Sorry about that, my phone always goes off whenever I'm doing something earth shaking. So the first part, biochemistry part 2, is the starch, testing for starch. We have 5 unknowns in here. Unknown number 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So first I'm gonna do what is actually a starch. I hope you can see that a starch should look like with iodine. So iodine is something that tests for starch, okay? So, and then we want to see out of these 5 unknowns, unknown 5, unknown 4, 3, 2, 1, which I'll demonstrate that here in a minute, which one has starch. And then hopefully you will see the end product. Okay, before doing that, this is an equipment called micropipette. It is at 1000 micro, there are different sizes. This is, for example, measures 10 microliter. This one measures up to 100 microliter, and then this one measures up to 1000 microliter. So if you want to reduce the amount, you go to clockwise. Yeah, I get clockwise, and then I want to put about 500. Your lab man, he says 500. So let's put 500 of starch, and right here that is 500. So 500, and here is a tip. There are different tips. Here is a tip for that size pipette, and then you press it down inside, and then this is the tip for 100, and which we are not going to use today, and this is the tip for 10 microliter. Okay, so what am I gonna do? I'll go open up the starch right here, mix it up. Always mix up your solutions before you do. And none of the stuff we work on today is hazardous or anything that I have to worry about. There are 2 clicks, the first one and the second one. You don't want to go to the second all the way down. You don't want to do that. So you stop where right the blue line is. Right there you stop. So you pump it first, and then you go in here by vacuum. It comes up, and then you put it in starch well right there, and then you get rid of the tip. That's always, they use this in DNA a lot. So whatever we are doing here today is not that earth shaking. You tip it off, and then you grab another tip, and then you go to the logo solution, mix it up a little bit right here, and then take that eyedropper out, and then down, and then by law of vacuums up, and then you dump it in here right there. So then you would know if in the presence of iodine and starch together, that will look like that. So now let's get rid of the tip right there. I hope you can see everything. Then I'm going to go ahead and start doing my unknowns. Unknown 1, which is right here, and then unknown 2 and unknown 3. So I'm not gonna, you guys, I shaked it up. I'm not gonna do every single one in here. So that, I lost some. Thank God these are not hazardous at all. So unknown 1, and then unknown 2. I got to get rid of the tip. Unknown 2. Quickly, let's do these things. Shake it up. Unknown 2. Get rid of it. Unknown 3, and so on and so forth. Okay, until unknown 5, and then I add how much? 500 of iodine. Oops. Right here, 500 of iodine to each one of these wells. 500 here, and I'll show you the end results. Just like as I said, have you watched any cooking channel right here? And of course, since I'm adding iodine to all of the wells, you don't have to change the tip, but it's a good practice to change the tip all the time. Okay, so that is for testing the starch right here. The next experiment that you're supposed to do is for testing simple sugars. In this case, we have glucose. Where is my glucose? I guess I got rid of it somehow, some way. It's on the other table. So my glucose is right here. I thought I have 2 vials. So right here is a glucose. You can see that. Okay. So here it is, right there. So what am I gonna do? I put 1 ml in here now. So because we have to boil it, and according to your lab manual, I said use 1 ml. So I twist this counterclockwise. This way, you guys can see that counterclockwise. You go to all the way to 1,000. I think for the rest of the labs we need to do today, you need to go to 1,000. Okay. 1,986 right here, 1,000. Okay, right here. Then you go ahead, you grab glucose, and here is a test tube for G for glucose, and you shake it up. Oops, sorry. Okay, you grab 1 milliliter, right? Your metric system. You remember that from metric system? So I put 1 milliliter there, or 1,000 microliter, 1 milliliter or 1,000 microliter. I put it there, and then my unknowns, right? Get rid of the tip. Unknown 1, right? I should not close the tip because we need them again. Unknown 1. It goes into that test tube right here. Get rid of it. Unknown 2. That's right, unknown 2. Right, unknown 2. Get rid of it. Unknown 3. Get rid of it, and so on and so forth, and 5, and so on and so forth. Okay. Then the Benedicts solution right here, Benedicts solution, it will test for simple sugars. So I mix it up very well, and then put this aside. Grab 1 milliliter, put it in a glucose. And then again, another 1 milliliter in test tube 1. And then if you read your lab manual, test tube 2. Test tube 3. And test tube 4 and 5. And then if you read your lab manual, it said that you're supposed to of course, you can mix them up a little bit. This is the vortex machine, and right here I'm mixing them up a little bit right here, and wherever you hold your finger, that's a maximum. It's gonna go. You guys see that it's mixing it up, and then here's a glucose. Of course, I've done all 5, right? And then we go to the hot water. I will bring the camera and show it to you. The camera right here, it is at 70 Celsius. Let's see if I can show you. Right here, it's boiling water, and it is, where are you? Oh, come on. Can you guys see it? It's supposed to be at 70. I hope you trust me, you believe me. microscope is not, the camera is not helping out, but it is on it's on 70 Celsius, the temperature of the beaker. And at the end, the way you're supposed to see things, right here, this is the starch, the results of the starch, unknown 1, the starch is on top, and then you have unknown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one look like the starch? Well, I would say number 4. So I would say number 4 has the starch. And then here is for the Benedicts Solution, right? We did it. I took the bottle. So this is the vial that had, oh, I don't know why you guys cannot see it. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Right here are all of the test tubes. Here's a test tube that had glucose in it. And then, of course, it's been a while. If you look at it, it looked like number 4 at the beginning and number 1, they had it. So I would say number 1 or number 4 had the glucose in there. Oh, sorry, you are seeing the ceiling now and everything. Okay, so I have to go and adjust this. I thought I'm gonna go ahead and do it at the end. But okay, so let's do the rest of the experiments. You guys, I better plug this machine so I do not lose. Okay, the next experiment, I ask you to test for oil. The best thing to test for oil is paper, this grocery bag. So here is a vegetable oil. I put 1 drop and you will see the end results. Here's a vegetable oil. Here is a distilled water, 1 drop. And then here's a pepsin and a few other things. I labeled them for you. Here's a pepsin right here. Just 1 quick drop. Come on, pepsin. Here we go. Okay, and then of course you went through this experience in life, that what oil look like and water and pepsin and other molecules look like that. Okay, the next one, deionized water, pepsin. So that's for testing fat. And then of course you put your unknowns in here and you can test which one has fat or not. Okay, the next one is for testing protein. So the solution, the reagent we use is Biochem, and of course I have albumin, and albumin is on my next table. I better get albumin. Right here is the albumin, and I hope you can see that albumin. And then it's a protein. It's a different type of. It's a protein, and I will add this albumin. Let's see if I will add it to the A tube right here. So how much? 500 again. 1 ml. I'm sorry, 1 ml. So get rid of this tip. I don't know what it was used for. So here's the albumin. I shaked it up. Oh, I'm spilling it. You guys are lucky. Well, when I was in graduate school, I was pretty good. You know, I was not this clumsy, believe it or not. But now I guess I'm not being patient enough in life. And then, of course, your unknown 1, right? Unknown 2, unknown 3, 4, and 5. All 5 of them. As you know, I'm not going to do all 5 of them because I don't want you watch me pipette all day, and then we'll go to the end results. And then, of course, you grab a new tip, and then you put burette in every single one of them. Here's a burette, 1 ml, 1000 microliter, 1 ml, 2, 1. 2 and 3, 4 and 5. Okay, just to save the time, right there. And then of course you vortex up. Okay, so number 1, number 2, and so on and so forth. That was albumin. So that was for testing the protein molecule. We did test for starch, simple sugar, fat, and protein. And the next thing I ask you to test for pH. We have 5 unknowns. Again, unknown 1 for pH, and I'll move on to the other table. Unknown 2, unknown 3, okay, 4, and 5. Okay, then you add, I added already a little bit, excuse me, to these, the spot plate, which we already used. I'm going to put these aside. Okay, so I added a little bit. That's unknown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's for pH now. Okay, then you grab a pH litmus paper, pH strip right here. Do not get it to the tip of your point. You have to cut it from right here. Do not touch that end, and you put it in number 1. You put 1 in number 2. Oh, sorry. Come on, number 2. You put 1 in number 3. Number 4. And number 5. Number 5 is dry. Oh, sorry. Number 5. You forgot to watch. So let's do it right now. Number 5. I'm not gonna measure it. You're supposed to measure it, I think, in your lab manual. Yeah, I just put 1 drop of. Oh, sorry. Wrong stuff. I'm supposed to grab from the pH. Good. I'm glad I'm making these mistakes, so in the lab you will not make those mistakes. Here's number 5, and then put this back. I hope I just put 1 little dB. Maybe I should use the yeah. Ooh, how'd you like that? Okay, and then of course you compare these colors with this. Okay, so you're comparing these colors, which you will see it with these. What would be the results? Okay, then the other one, I already done it. I will show it to you. You add your unknown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to methyl orange, and in your lab manual I said what color you should get. And then phenolphthalein, you added another set of the tubes, which will show you. We'll go over there and look at it. So let's go over there and look at the results. Okay, I hope, let me take the camera off so I have control over what I'm showing you guys. So here are the stuff that we did, and then I think I can unplug maybe. Oh, he doesn't like unplugging. So right here you looked at the no, I'm gonna unplug. So you looked at the starch results, and then this was for the vegetable oil. Right here is a vegetable oil, and then I added starch right there. I added the egg albumin right there, and then this is water right there, and pepsin, which you know it's a enzyme, and then you can see the effect of oil on a paper. Okay. Then we went to the glucose. Right here is a glucose. This one, the front tube, is glucose G. You can see the G, and look at the color. So I would say either number 1 or number 4, they both have some remedies of the rest. Look at the blue, they haven't changed color. Originally, when I did this about an hour ago, it was number 4 that had pretty much a good coloration, same as number 1. Then this is for the Biochem test, right? Test for proteins, and then right here, the first one you see, and then you saw number 2 and 3 pretty much look like the albumin right here. Right here is the A. I put A for albumin, and Biochem test for protein molecules, and number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Okay, so the pH, I did take this is a pH meter. I did this last, and there are pictures of this in your online stuff. So here's a methyl orange. What I did with methyl orange, right after I did it, I took pictures, and I put 1 ml of the unknown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these unknowns. Maybe I should bring them over, and then you guys do not confuse them. So this is a pH experiment. Right on the bottle, it says pH 3, 4, 5, right here, 4, 3, 2, and 1, right here. Those are the unknowns for pH. And this experiment, methyl orange, is for pH. Also, the phenylphthalein is for pH. And then, of course, I use a pH meter. This is a portable pH meter that I used. And then you have the pictures of them. This is number 1. This is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. And here are the unknowns. And the unknowns we used for carbohydrates and